All right, friends, we're here. Wake Up in Barca. International break this weekend, so no matches to talk about. So we're not going over lineups or anything like that. But we'll catch up on, we'll catch up on a little bit of news, including Barcelona finally cleared off some of their wages, including Miralem Pjanic to Besiktas. So we've got, I think the reports are saying that we saved like 145 million in salaries this year. I'm not sure if that includes Messi or not, but that's what we'll talk about today. We'll talk a little bit about the news with the international break coming up, maybe take a look at USA's disappointing draw yesterday, and we'll just hang out. We'll have a good time for a little bit here. So thanks for tuning in, friends. Let's go ahead and get this party started.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
Let's go. All right, catching up on the chat. Eli had his coffee this morning. My goodness. Good morning to you, sir. Counting down the minutes until the show begins. Appreciate it. Zero, good morning. Coffee at dawn. Hello. Who else we got in here today to start us out? Cules, my man. Always good to see you, sir. Hopefully you got a little coffee, the stash, and maybe something rolled up for yourself as well. You know what I mean? Get the day going right. Vipula, good morning, sir. Thushar, hello. So let's go ahead and we'll start with Pjanic going to. I gotta move me back down over here, and we'll go right there. Am I zoomed in still? No, I'm not. Why is it all the way on the left-hand side? That's kind of stupid. Anyway, official. Let's go to Barcelona.com. Agreement with Besiktas for the loan of Miralem Pjanic. Now, listen. I know it is not typical for a club to be loaning out players like this, particularly when we have no intention of bringing back Miralem Pjanic. No intention whatsoever. This was strictly just to get him off the books, give him an opportunity to be on the pitch for a little bit, maybe get some eyes from other clubs so that next year we can officially sign him. I mean, in his, 2 years now that he's been at the club, he's had little to no impact. He has been given opportunities. So don't sit here and tell me like, oh, pure Pjanic, he didn't have a chance. Yeah, he did. Yes, he did, friends. He had plenty of opportunities. Didn't get a lot of time starting, but when you come off the bench, that's your opportunity. That is your chance to do what you need to do to prove to the coach, to prove to the supporters, to prove to your teammates that you should be there. That's your opportunity, friend. So Vipula says, Laporta doing well so far. He definitely came in and said, guys, I'm clearing house. All right, this whole running into the red with our salaries can't be happening anymore. We got to get out of this. So that started. Honestly, there will be a documentary one day. The conspiracies are already going around, but there will be a documentary about what really happened with Barcelona and Messi. Because from what I'm seeing now, whoops, we didn't mean to start the show again. Turn that off. What I'm seeing now is eventually I'm going to stop doing that. There's one button, just to give you the behind the scenes baseball. There's one button for me to turn the show intro on. Right? And then when I switch scenes and then come back to it, it starts the show again. And all I have to do to prevent that is before I switch scenes, turn the show starter off, and then I can switch around all I want. Once I get my Stream Deck with the buttons, all of this will be done. Everything will be done with buttons, not clicks. But I'm still waiting on that. That was supposed to be here last week, actually. To go completely off topic. Ordered a Stream Deck. I got a 32 button. They're typically $250. They were available on Amazon for $100, just randomly. So I was like, "Oh, give me that." Bought it, still hasn't shipped. So I don't understand. Anyway, streamer problems. What are you gonna do? Streamer problems, right? So I am happy that Laporta has basically said, "Listen, we're not going to win with this team, so why overpay for this team?" If you're looking at, let's start with Griezmann, right? Right now, let me say 2 weeks ago, with the club that we had, minus Messi, but still having Griezmann and several others, Barcelona looking at that team, could win La Liga and Copa del Rey, but not Champions League. Okay? So when you look at what we're paying, or what we were paying guys like Griezmann, you could make the argument that, hey, if we let go of Griezmann and a few others and save ourselves $145 million in salaries, we can still win La Liga and Copa del Rey and still not win Champions League, but not pay Griezmann $45 million a year to do pretty much nothing. Is that making sense for folks? It's like, hey, we can either not win Champions League without Griezmann, or we can not win Champions League with Griezmann and pay him $45 million. So we were like, hey, let's just not win Champions League and not pay Griezmann $45 million. So that's why he's loaned out to Atletico Madrid. Again, that's one that a loan does not make sense, but they have the obligation to buy. So that's the difference. A lot of times when you have a loan, it's with the option to buy. Like, hey, yeah, if he does well, we have that option to kind of lock down a price. But an obligation means he ain't coming back. Atletico don't have to give us the money for it, but you have to, they don't have to give us the money for him this year, but by next year, that'll have to be done. And here's the thing. Knowing Barcelona, Atletico, there'll probably be some disagreement. They'll probably end up in court. We probably won't get that actual transfer money for another like 5 years or some shit like that. Nonsense. But anyway, let me know more about what you think about all these transfers. We're clearly not saying that, hey, we're going to build a team to win this year. That's not happening. We are starting from square one with clearing out all the excess spending that we have in these in the salaries, in the inflated salaries. Coffee at Don says we're trying to get Almo. Not sure about Haaland deal. My opinion is save our money. Save the money right now. All right. Next summer, Haaland becomes available for free. There's going to be some others. Paul Pogba becomes available for free, but he's probably going to either stay at United or go to Real Madrid with Mbappe. I think Barcelona's best move is to save every dollar that they can for this year. Don't spend money in January. Please do not spend money in January. Please. There's just no reason. There's not any one or two players that we can bring in, practically speaking, that would make that big of a difference. We are a striker, a midfielder, and probably another winger away from actually challenging for Champions League. At least that. A striker, at least one midfielder, at least one winger away from challenging for Champions League. You know what I mean? How Tuvid says, oh, Ovi, good morning to you. Yes, we just talked about that. Pjanic is officially loaned out to Besiktas. We'll show you that right there. He is officially loaned out to Besiktas. And you know what? I think he'll do well. He'll get to play. It's in a league that's going to be a little bit slower, which is going to be his style, closer to that Italian Serie A type of pace. That's all we're looking for, folks. How To Vid says some reports came out that Griezmann option to purchase isn't an obligation after all, even though Barca stated that it is. Well, let's see if we can figure that one out. We'll do Griezmann. Well, let's actually spell it right. Griezmann obligation to buy. We'll see what we get here. Griezmann to resign on loan. Antoine Griezmann rejoins Atletico. Antoine Griezmann. Let's see if we can get like the newest news. Liga. 2 days. Ooh, in depth. How fancy. Griezmann transfers, but Mbappe stays put. Yes, we all know this. That's from BN Sports. Maybe they also where were you reading that it was not an actual obligation? Because that was my understanding. And listen, I could be wrong. It could be that just Barcelona are saying that it's an obligation, and that would be a bummer. But yeah, either way, even if they don't, even if the obligation is not part of the deal, just getting him off the books for the year, like I said, if you put Griezmann in or out of the team, I don't think it moves us up the table. I don't think it moves us down the table. It does not get us any closer or further away from Champions League. It's almost unimpactful to have him. Let's see here. Bryce says, what do you think about Griezmann going back to Atletico? I think we just shared that. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Griezmann scored, 22 goals in 74 appearances. I believe that's the stat on Wikipedia, at least. I guarantee you, you heard it here first. I guarantee you, Griezmann will score 20 goals or more this year for Atletico Madrid. I promise you that. Having not done that for Barcelona in any of his seasons, I promise you, Griezmann will score 20 goals or more for Atletico Madrid this season. Why is that? Because he's going to be in the right frame of mind. He's going to be around players who love and support him and look to him for all of the playmaking and creativity, and he's going to actually do it for Atletico Madrid. For Barcelona, every time he got on the ball, I'm tired of saying this, every time he got on the ball, he was just like, oh, let me just put my foot on the ball, and maybe I'll wait for Serginho Dest to do an overlap, and I'll play it to him. Or maybe I'll just wait for Sergio Busquets to be standing in the middle of the midfield, and I'll just do a little square pass to him. By no means am I interested in actually taking on the defender or creating opportunities. I really just want players to trust me, and I want the fans to love me, but I don't want to do anything to earn that trust or love. How's that? How's my Antoine Griezmann impression? That's what I get from his playing. I think I pretty much nailed it. I think if you close your eyes, I think you would think that was Griezmann speaking in a live interview. Get him on the phone call. That's my feelings. I wish he would have done better. You know, part of me, I like him. Griezmann seems cool, aside from the whole LeBron James La Decision that he tried to do the first time around. That was probably why people at Barcelona didn't actually accept you, Griezmann. 2 reasons. Here we go. The 2 reasons why Griezmann was never accepted and was ultimately seen as a failure at Barcelona. 1, complaining about the fans and the teammates not trusting him and loving him enough. You're not Lionel Messi. I don't know why you thought that you would come in and have that love and support and have that trust from the players immediately. You have to earn that. And the reason why it was so hard for you to earn that, in my opinion, was reason number 2, which is the La Decision that you did and then stayed at Atletico. So the year before Antoine Griezmann came to Barcelona, for those of you that remember, he did this whole media campaign around, oh, which team will I decide? It's Barcelona or it's Atletico Madrid. Oh, where will I go? Where will I go? Everybody tune in and find out where I'm going to be playing football next year. Turns out it was Atletico Madrid. So all of Barcelona's supporters, the club, felt disrespected, felt like we were being dragged along just to be rejected for him to go right back to Atletico. And then the year after that, he comes to Barcelona. How does that make any sense? How do you not see that, Griezmann? How do you not see that as the reason why people didn't love and support you at the club? On top of that, did I say 2 reasons or just 1? That was really 1 reason. The other reason is that you can't finish inside the 6-yard box to save your life. You had moments of brilliance, moments of class, moments of creativity. I'll give you the effort put in at the end of the Copa del Rey comeback against Sevilla. Griezmann tracks the ball down, wins it, clever little turn, crosses it into Piqué. That's fantastic. But I've got like 2 or 3 of those examples. I think he scored a couple goals in a 5-2 rout against Real Betis at some point in the last 2 years. Other than that, he mostly just misses shots inside the 6-yard box. That's why we need an actual number 9. Suarez would put those away. In years past, Samuel Eto'o, David Villa, even as Zlatan Ibrahimovic when he was around, we always had a number 9 that could finish. Now all of a sudden we don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. Don't make no goddamn sense. You know, it's terrible. And even if we get about, I think the deal is like 50 million euros if Antoine is actually purchased next year. we paid, what, 120 million euros for him? Took a wash on that one. Coffee says Griezmann fits perfectly at Atletico, and Simeone does know how to use him better. I'll give you that for his first year, he was out of position. I will give you that. Second year, he had a lot more opportunities to play in the center of the pitch. And then this year, yes, there were only 3 matches, but in those 3 matches, he had every opportunity to cut inside on his preferred left foot to create chances. Didn't happen. I don't know if there were already conversations, if he knew that he was potentially, 1 foot out the door going back to Madrid, but there was nothing. I would have had a bigger impact if I stepped on the pitch. Laporta offering a new contract to Coleman. That makes sense. Nobody. What's up, puppies? You got your Chewy? This is how excited OG gets for his morning Chewy. Anyway, nobody's going to come take over Barcelona until they have gotten themselves out of this financial hole and are actually rebuilding the club. Right now, we are destructing the club, which is step 1 of rebuilding. You have to destruct before you can rebuild. But no new manager is going to come in during this deconstruction phase. If anything, we have Xavi waiting in the wings saying, yeah, talk to me in a couple years when you've gotten out of debt, when you don't have the shadow of Lionel Messi looming over the club, and when you can maybe bring in a new superstar. That's when you'll see another manager come in. So let's see here. Memphis is our number 9. Kind of. He's more of a false 9. Yes, he's the number 9. This is where people get confused. When I say we need a number 9, I don't mean on the back of his shirt. I mean the traditional positions of football. Number 9 meaning the pure striker, the forward. That's what I'm saying when we need a number 9. So we don't exactly have that right now. Memphis is a forward, but he's not a stay up at the top by yourself alone striker or a run in behind and he's just there to finish striker. That's what I mean by a pure number 9. Think Samuel Eto'o, right? Samuel Eto'o wasn't really creating the opportunities. He was there to finish. Luis Suarez, not there to create the opportunities. He's there to finish. That's the type of striker that I'm looking for. David Villa, Samuel Eto'o, Suarez. That's what I want. Erling Haaland, I think, is one of those forwards. Yes, he can create, but at the end of the day, he's going to make runs that our wonderful midfielders, De Jong, Pedri, whoever else joins us, can play balls in behind. That's what we're looking for. We need someone that we can serve the passes to finish. That's what we're looking for. Let's see. Also saved 70 million, which would have been paid to Griezmann over the next 2 years. Yeah. I'm with you. That's what I was saying earlier. We saved a lot of money just by getting Griezmann off the books. Ovi says, I think Griezmann knew that he was leaving because he was good in preseason, but awful in those 3 games. It's very possible. I mean, reports were not coming out, so they kept it very hush-hush. So good on both clubs for kind of keeping that a secret. But I think Griezmann knew. If nothing else, because of how fast that happened, there had to have been some contract negotiations going into that. Carl, I'm with you, and good morning to you. But I think the easy move, right, the obvious move is that we save every dollar that we can and we try to get Haaland next year. I think that's the obvious move. Anything short of that will probably be seen as a disappointment because he's going somewhere. It's just a question of where. Ernest says, I think Laporta is saving to sack Coleman in case Bayern thrashes us. Why would he offer him a new contract then? That doesn't make any sense. Coleman is in no danger of losing his job. All right, Coleman is a club legend who has come in just to be that strong personality in the clubhouse and try to keep things together, manage the people on the pitch while we deconstruct and rebuild this club. You guys have to take into account that no new manager is going to want to come in and put their reputation on the line as the one trying to lead Barcelona out of this dark hole. Ronald Koeman, thankfully, has said, you know what? I will do that. I still believe in this club. I'm willing to make that sacrifice to my own managerial career to be here for the club to steer us out of these dark times. That's what we're going for. So no one else is coming in for at least another year. Ronald Koeman will be here next year, And then the year after that is when we'll maybe look at bringing in someone like a Xavi or something like that. Because by then, ideally, we'll be out of debt. Fans will be back in attendance. That's another thing, guys. We're about to take another financial hit. So fans in the stadiums in Spain were at 40% capacity. They are, as a country in Spain, moving it to 60% capacity for open-air stadiums. But Catalonia is taking it down from 40 to 35. So Barcelona is stuck in this hole where we can't get any revenue from our matches, because in England, in Germany, and in Italy, all these other countries are opening back up full stadium capacity. So all of those clubs are now getting that revenue again. Meanwhile, Barcelona, one more time, standing there dick in hand, because while Spain is opening things up, Catalonia's government is saying, no. We must pare it down. We have to take it down. Go from 40 to 35%. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. It is what it is. But Barcelona losing out on money again. Let's see here. Eli says, really hope that big signing. Who do you think is fitting for the team? Well, we're not signing anybody. We better not sign anyone in January that is just going to be spending money and not move the needle towards success. With the current club that we have, I'm going to repeat myself. With the current club that we have, we can win La Liga. We can win Copa del Rey. There is nobody that we can sign in January that is going to change that outcome. There's nobody that we can sign that's going to add in a Champions League trophy for us. Nobody that we can afford, okay? So because we cannot buy anyone that's going to get us Champions League, let's accept that we are not winning Champions League. Let's focus on La Liga and Copa del Rey, which is very obtainable, and we go on from there. That's what I'm looking for. Puyol, quit licking. Hey, quit licking. Stop. Puyol's been licking his paws nonstop. He's got allergies. It's annoying. He's just for next season, we should go for a new center back, center, defensive mid, and striker. Maybe an extra left back or right back. I'm kind of with you, but not in that order. Number one priority. I've been saying it for the whole summer. Number one priority, defensive midfielder. Hands down, the most important position on the pitch right now for us is a defensive midfielder. We are not stopping counterattacks. We are not winning the ball back when we lose it in the attacking third. That is because we have Sergio Busquets, who I love, but who is ultimately too slow to be playing in the midfield right now. So we have to get a defensive midfielder. You guys know where I'm going with that. You know who I want to see at the club. Let's see. Lost a lot of big players. Messi, Suarez, Neymar, Rakitic, Iniesta, unexpectedly. Iniesta was not unexpected. He was that was a planned retirement. But yes, we have lost a lot of big names since 2015 that we haven't really replaced. And that's been a big problem. Nana, good morning, sir. Says, I don't hate Griezmann, but since he came, it never worked, even in big games. Even Luke de Jong has scored versus Barca, United, Inter, Madrid, ATM ever since he joined Sevilla. I'm happy with this signing. I am keeping an open mind about it. I do kind of feel like it's another goat weight signing where it's like, hey, we needed somebody. You've got La Liga experience. Come on over. But Luke de Jong, I believe, has 10 goals since 2019 playing for Sevilla. So while he may have scored against some of those big clubs, his goal output has not been great. Now, granted, he will have a better supporting cast around him at Barcelona, but I don't know. I mean, our first match, I do believe, is going to be against Bayern Munich coming back here. Let's go. Barcelona fixtures. Yeah, man, that sucks. First match coming back from international break. Ugh. That is such a bummer. That's such a bummer. First match coming back from international break is against Bayern on Tuesday. That's going to be tough. So we got to figure out what our starting 11 is going to be for this year. And we're going to have to figure that out after this international break. So players are going to come back the weekend of the 10th, 11th. Oh, we don't have any matches next weekend. That's a bummer. 2 weekends in a row, no matches. We'll figure out something fun to do for next weekend. We'll do some kind of fun live stream. Let me let me know down in the comments. Let me know in the chat if you're watching this live. What do you all want to do on international breaks? There'll be times when we'll do some USA matches. I know early on when I was building this channel, I said we'll do USA and we'll do all the international matches and this and that. Turns out I don't have time for all that, folks. So I want it to be mostly focused on Barcelona. We will hop on for some international matches, but I would almost rather spend that time on the weekend coming up with some kind of fun thing to do with our Barcelona community. Like, I don't know, maybe we come up with some games to play, some trivia games, something like that. We'll come up with some sort of stream to do during the international breaks other than just watching the international matches, because I know this is a community of people from all over the world, so not everybody's going to care about watching USA, so I got to kind of find that balance of being true to this community, but also having content when Barcelona's not playing. So let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat if you are watching this live, what you want to see on the channel during international breaks. Let's see here. Coffee at Don says he only has 19 goals in 95 appearances. Okay, so I was wrong. It wasn't 10, it was 19. Double that output. Still not great. 19 goals in 2 seasons. Not amazing. But again, fresh start. We'll see what happens. He's big, he's strong, he's Dutch. Maybe he'll fit right in. Who knows? How to says, good thing about Luke de Jong is that he's different. We have too many Griezmanns and not a player with Luke who steps up to get the ball into the net. He loves heading the ball in. I'll give you that. He gives us a strong target in the middle of the pitch there. He's not going to get a lot of starts. I think our starting 11 is going to be Ansu, Memphis, and Dembele. Luke de Jong and Aguero will and Goatweight will all kind of rotate in to that front three. Cules says vote bass solos. Okay, we could get into some music. To be honest, we could do music stuff. I'm not going to really impress anybody, but we could do some music days for sure. Why don't we do some predictions? Predictions would be good, right? I think we can have... Here's what we can do. Maybe we put together a stream where it's a combination of polls and trivia. So we can do like, who's going to score more goals this year, Ansu or Memphis? Who's going to get more red cards this year, PK or somebody else? We can do where Barcelona going to land in the table, that kind of stuff. But then we can also do like a little quiz show where we put in fun facts and history. So it can be interactive. It can be a little learning experience for folks and keep the conversation going. That's maybe where we'll go with that, because I do like the idea of things being engaging and interactive. I don't know that people are going to stick around and care that much for USA matches. We'll see, though. We'll see. Maybe it brings in a different audience. I'm not saying I'm not going to stream USA matches. In fact, I might even do the one coming up on Sunday here. That might be what's up next. I'm not going to make any promises, but Sunday, USA does play Canada. We'll do something this weekend. I'll hop on for a surprise stream at some point. So make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you turn on notifications so that way you don't miss any of the surprise streams during the international break. We're off this weekend. We're off next weekend, but we are still going to do Wake Up in Barca. On Monday, I want to do, now that we have our squad settled in and kit numbers are locked in, I want to do how does Barcelona line up this season. So I think what I'll do on Monday is I'll pull up my fancy lineup tool, and we'll go over how is Ronald Koeman going to put the team out ideally once everybody's fit, healthy, ready to go. What's the lineup going to look like? What is Ronald Koeman's lineup? And then what changes would I make if I'm manager? We'll do that on Monday. We'll do it live right here on the Undefeated channel. It'll be a good time. Ku says, watch me toy around with some FIFA. Dude, so... what was it, last year? Yeah, last year we did a little bit of FIFA. Hard to build an audience with FIFA, I can tell you that. But now that the channel's kind of got some momentum going, maybe we dip our toes back in. I can tell you this is the first year since 2014 that I did not spend any extra money on FIFA Ultimate Team. So I'm very proud of myself because, quite honestly, I was addicted. Could not stop myself from spending money on that game. So I stopped spending money on that game. Started spending it on this channel, really, buying equipment and stuff like that. So one addiction for the next, but this one I think is a little bit more productive, and it lets me hang out with you all. So keep those suggestions coming. I definitely want to hear from you all in terms of what you want to see on the channel, what keeps you engaged, what keeps this fun and entertaining for you all. Cules, that is a great idea. I love that idea. Go back and watch some classic matches. That's a great idea because I think it's possible. I'll look into it. I'll probably get a copyright strike. We'll see. I'll look into it. But I might be able to do a screen share and watch old matches because they're not going to be necessarily flagged for copyright. We'll see. We'll look into it. I love that idea of going back and watching some historic matches or even just some highlight reels of some of the old players that some of you young folks maybe aren't so familiar with. So good ideas. Good ideas all around. Coffee at Dawn says, let's go with FIFA. I like it. All right, folks. That's going to be it for today. I got to log off. I got to actually go into the office today. I've got some work to do. So that is going to be all for today. I appreciate you coming and hanging out, starting your day with me. Looks like it should be a nice weekend. Here in America, we have what is called Labor Day, which means most folks are off on Monday, so it's going to be a long weekend. Like I said, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you turn on those notifications because I got a feeling we're going to do a surprise stream at some point this weekend. Don't know when, don't know what it'll be about. Just make sure you turn on those notifications. Other than that, all you got to do is go out and have a great day. Spread some love. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me, starting your day the right way, my friends. Thanks for tuning in and taking a ride. What did I say is up next? Something on the weekend, but if nothing else, Monday. Monday, we're going to go over predicted lineups for this year. Barcelona lineup 21-22 predictions right here on the channel. Folks, I'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in and taking a ride. Catch you next time. Mwah.